Let us do our thing. See ya. Go team go.
It's the black box.
Yeah, you don't know what you gon' get.
It's the black box.
We might just have a special guest.
It's the black box.
And we forgive, but don't forget.
It's the black box. Yeah.
The Black Box Podcast.
Happy Monday morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Black Box Podcast. It's your favorite podcast in Nashville, right? I would hope so. Anyway, today we got a very special guest today, all the way from Jackson. But, he here, but, he's all the way from Jackson. You feel what I'm saying? We got Poetic Jermz in the building.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Here with the Black Box Podcast.
Yeah.
It is a privilege. It is an honor to be here. I just want to thank the team, Jennifer, Johnny, Jalen, and, just everybody that's been a part of it. But, I'm from Jackson, Tennessee, 731, and I am in Nashville, Tennessee, the big city of music, and I go by Poetic Jermz. So, yeah, let's make this poetically yours.
Hey, I like that. You got away with words.
Yeah.
I will say. All right, so to start off, who is Poetic Jermz? Like, I did my research on you, no lie. I did a little Nardwire on you, I'm not gonna lie. And you grew up in Jackson.
Yeah, born and raised.
How was Jackson growing up?
Oh my goodness. Jackson is very it's a niche town. Like literally, you got Memphis, you got Nashville. Jackson is the in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson is the in between, and honestly, there you get a whole mixture of people, but it's the country.
Yeah.
It's the country. It's a small city, not a town, but a city, and everything's within 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
Literally, like you drive here in Nashville, it'll take about 20 and 25 minutes to get to a different to a different area. 15 minutes or something. But Jackson, literally, I could go to Walmart. My house is 5 minutes away from it.
That's actually crazy. That's like I used to go to WKU. It's like Western Kentucky. Like them small cities are like kind of the best cities, but like I feel like they get a little lonely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do. I mean, but it's convenient at the same time.
Very, very convenient. Can't be late. Can't do none of that. So yeah, if y'all like he said Jackson, I'll put like a little map or something. Yeah. Jackson is smack dead in the middle of Memphis and Nashville. So either way you're going to a big city, like regardless. So with that being said, which city do you like going to more? Do you like going to Memphis more or do you like going to Nashville more?
That is a good question. Majority of my music, I went to college in Memphis. I went to the University of Memphis, go Tigers. Nashville, my brother went to TSU, so I would visit him occasionally. And it was nothing like what it is now. Yeah. Literally, like the Gulch was a big old hole in the ground.
Yeah.
But Memphis has grown a lot as well. I was there for 6 years of my life, formative years of my adult life. And honestly, Memphis is so I always say this saying like, 731 raised me, but 901 made me. So literally like 901 really, that's where Poetic Jermz was birthed.
In Memphis?
Yeah, in Memphis. And so all the homies back in Memphis doing music and stuff, shout out to y'all. Keep creating, keep doing what y'all doing. Yeah. The food is there. The food that's there is awesome. I miss the wings. The debate of Nashville wings or Memphis wings. Or
There's
Atlanta
a debate
wings.
over that?
I feel like I've seen some debates on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so like I would say like Memphis more than Nashville, only because like I just moved to Nashville like a year ago.
Oh, okay. So. Well, not bad. I don't know. I mean, I will say Memphis and Nashville are very different. So it's gonna take a little time. For some people that aren't from here, it's gonna take a lot of time to adjust here because we do things pretty different than a lot of places, I will say. But I'm just gonna automatically assume you like Memphis more than Nashville.
I love Memphis.
Okay, there it is. Y'all
I
heard
love
it.
Memphis.
Y'all heard it. He likes
Yeah.
Memphis more than Nashville. Hey, it is what it is. I'm with him right there. Look.
But Nashville is gonna be like that place where I'm also gonna be like, yo, like it's not. I told my wife this. I was like, like it's actually growing on me. It's growing on me, especially with the music scene and finding so many musicians here and creatives who are really trying to build their thing, like with y'all, the Black Box, and some people that are within the community that I have at church, and it's just like, yo, I'm more motivated here. Not saying I wasn't in Memphis, but like Memphis gave me that launch pad.
Yeah.
Memphis was the launch pad, but Nashville is more of the building.
Yeah, it's like a breath of what is it called? Like a breath of fresh air or something like that.
Clean slate,
Yeah, you get to start all over. Whatever you've done in Memphis, it's there. Not bringing it over here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a restart on life. I feel that.
Big facts.
Yeah. So, where did the music or the love of music stem from? Because I know you mentioned the love started with your pops.
Mm-hmm. Man, my dad is a hip hop head. I feel like I've been telling people more of this now because of just the way that I feel like owning that and realizing that and really embracing that where the roots of my love for music come from.
Yeah,
I'm able to put that into music. So like my dad, he collected a lot of cassette tapes, CDs, records. He would play them in the car. He had a few on rotation. I've been listening to The Roots recently and Common. He played a lot of those. I'll tell people Mary J. Blige was one of those. I don't know if y'all know who Dipset is.
Oh, yeah.
Dipset, like Jim Jones and Joel Santana and them, Cameron, like all of those guys, like Wu-Tang, Tribe Called Quest, Diggable Planets, like literally all of those pioneers and of hip hop and those sounds, R&B. Literally, like I was listening to those, I would emulate, like sing along, rap along with those songs as a kid.
Yeah,
and then my mom, she grew up. Well, she spent a good time in California. She spent a good time of her, I guess, high school years in California, LA. She went to Hollywood High School of Performing Arts.
Oh crap!
Yeah, so like she was a dancer and stuff like that. So she was surrounded by like the West Coast scene and everything like that. And honestly, like that's where I get it from. Like they sing. My mom, she be singing sometimes at home. But yeah, she talks about how like I was in this dance group. And, I used to be outside. And I was just like, okay,
all right, girl.
All right. What you know about being outside?
Right.
But yeah, it was like those two, and then my older brother, he kind of got that from like my mom being in the West Coast, and then my dad listening to a lot of music.
Yeah,
I would hear him play like songs like Pharrell, N.E.R.D.
Yeah,
and just a lot of like different music, Kid Cudi. So I was just exposed to it.
That's a lot of genres too, though.
Yeah, so,
you're mixing like a lot of like you said, West Coast, and then you got everybody else on the other side. So it's like that's good exposure, though. I will say that's good exposure to music and stuff like that. You also said you are a percussionist as well, and then you said you were involved and inspired by sound.
I definitely was inspired by sound. Honestly, growing up, I realize that more now because no sound it annoys me. Like how some people, they just hear sound and just like annoyed by it.
Yeah.
That's not me. I'm like, you know what? I like that. I can make a beat out of that or something, you know? And so I was in band. I started band in 5th grade. And literally like, it was funny. I was telling somebody this the other day. I was like, the brass mouthpiece test they do to determine whether you're going to be brass.
With the little mouthpiece and stuff like that. Yeah.
You had to blow in it, bro. So I was just like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't comfortable blowing in that mud, but I'm gonna try. you know, it didn't work out. And so it just worked out for me to be a percussionist, learned all like types of theory, music theory, melodies, learn how to read music. I haven't been able to kind of like implement that in the music that I make today, but like I hear it. I hear the sound.
Yeah.
Whatever I hear, I put it in the music.
Yeah.
And I would tell somebody this all the time. It was just like, yo, I grew up beating on pots and pans and books, like literally lining up my books, my Dr. Seuss books, and banging on them with pencils. You know, you can see all types of pencil marks and stuff on the books. And like, you been drumming again, Jeremiah? I'm like, yeah.
You know, I feel that though. I feel that with music, like as a whole, because like I tell my friends all the time, when they give me like music to listen to, like if they just dropped a song or they dropped an album, I'll listen to it and I could picture music videos in my head. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy because people are like, how do you do that? It just happens. Like when you like music, it's just like a second nature. Yeah. I guess.
You get some people that's like, yo, when I listen to music, I see colors.
Yeah. You know?
And so it's just how I believe how God designed the human ear and eyes and just the many features that we have. Like I tell people, well, I was talking to my wife about this too. It's just like, you know, we don't really realize like how much God has given us through, you know.
And sometimes we're not that grateful, you know. And we got to be grateful, you know. Yeah. Got to be grateful for that, because if we're not grateful, then all of our blessings ain't really going to come, you know. Yeah.
I always have, I be having a fear of like, man, I hope I can keep my hearing for a long time.
No, facts. I said that too. I feel that.
Yeah.
Because, I got to keep this. I got to hear myself. Because if I can't hear myself, I'm going to sound crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You just start being thankful for it. Like, God going to continue to bless it.
Yeah. So. But if you didn't know, people, this man is a married man.
Yeah.
Married man.
Yeah.
Zoom in on the ring. You see what I'm saying? How does it feel to be married?
Oh my goodness. It is one of the most amazing feelings in the world. Second to just, you know, living a life for Jesus. I will say that, because honestly, like if you it's a story. We'll have it for another time. But just seeing the journey that my wife and I had before we got married, it allowed me to cherish it more. And a lot of times I feel like nowadays people are shying away from marriage. Yeah. People are scared of it. Yeah. They don't want anything to do with it because they just don't know how it works. Yeah. But you're not gonna know how it works until you actually like try and know like what marriage is about. Marriage is about two people under covenant, through relationship with one another, and really it's a sanctifying thing. It's not always peaches and cream, rainbows and unicorns. Yeah, but it literally makes you a better version of yourself.
That's so sweet.
You know, that's so sweet. Being single though, like I was the person that was like really desirous of marriage, but then I would, you know, date these women and stuff, and it just wouldn't work out. And I was just like, wow, like I don't think I want to be married, you know. But I still was like, you know what, let me try again. Yeah. But it wasn't until like God showed me like, yo, this is your wife. Like I'll tell people all the time, like the clouds open up and the light was shining. Like it does happen like that sometimes. And personally for me, that was my experience. And I mean, we had some ups and downs.
But who's not gonna have no ups and downs in a relationship? You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to. Like there's some people like, oh, we never fight. You lying. You lying.
Nah, bro. If you don't fight, then
you're not in love.
Yeah. Like,
you're not connected like that. You know what I mean? But if the bad outweighs the good, you know, you gotta reevaluate. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts. Like, you know, the cool thing about it is like you got yourselves. Like it's just y'all two. Yep. It's just you two. And somebody told me this was like, if you go to other people about your stuff outside of, that's going on in your marriage, like you're inviting a whole bunch of, stuff that you gotta be explaining to people and everything. So it's just like, yo, you two and God.
Yeah. Yep.
Yo, y'all go to the Bible for it. Like, and I always tell people all the time, if you don't have a relationship with God, like it's gonna be hard to even see marriage as a thing to grasp. And I feel like that's what the world is kind of having, struggle with today.
I needed to hear that. I ain't gonna care.
Yeah.
I needed to hear that. I have this thing where like, some people don't have that good relationship, and that's how I am kind of like, I believe, you know what I'm saying? But there's been too many times where like things just keep going wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know he there. That's my homie. You know what I'm saying? He homie, but like, I'm like, how you my homie? But right now, everything's a little too rocky. You know what I'm saying? And there's been a lot of situations where I'm like, okay, I need to tap back into my faith. Yeah. Because if it gets to the point where like it's just gone, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 We learned today in church. I mean, just the fact that like when things happen, like it's when we suffer, when we struggle, it's not punishment entirely. Like, yeah, we make decisions that don't really align with what God wants us to be on. However, it's like God is a father. Like, there are many names of God. Like he's a father. Like Yahweh Shammah, he's there. The Lord is there. Like he's always there. Like you were just saying, it's just like, yo, like all he wants us to do is to run to him. Yeah. When we mess up, it's like, yo, I messed my diaper up, God. Like I know you. Like I need help being cleaned up. You know, and it's like, but we try to like when we have a poopy diaper. I don't know why I'm making that analogy, but it's like we have a poopy diaper. Like the baby can't clean itself. Yeah, you gotta help him. We gotta have that help. Like, yeah. So
I did grow up in like a religious home. If you didn't know, I'm Filipino, and if you know anything about Filipino people, boy, do they love God, Jesus, all that. So like it was like one of those things where like it was shoved down my throat and it was like shoved in my brain, and I'm like, this is a lot, especially for a kid, because like I feel like if you're as a kid, because I was baptized as a baby, and I was talking to one of my friends, and they're like, well, why would you get baptized as a baby? You didn't commit no sins yet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I don't, I don't know.
It's a protection thing. It's like I would say sometimes like I've seen it before. It's a agreement. With God, but also for the the community, the body of the church. Yeah. And they're like, okay, like this kid got baptized, so we're responsible for helping this kid grow and grow in the faith.
So back to the marriage stuff. Every significant other, plays a role in whatever they do. Yep. I've heard through the grapevine that you had a deal breaker. I think you said your partner needs to understand what you do. Was that what you said?
Yeah, my partner, whoever I was saying in the interview last year, I was like, yo, my partner, whoever I marry, had to understand, what I do, what my dreams are, my passions are, and kind of like be on board. Be not necessarily like you could be the number one fan, but it's just like, yo, or you could be like not fully like understanding of it, but it's just like, yo, like I can gladly and happily say that my wife literally shows up to the things that I do. Like last week I had a show. Man, when I tell you, bro, like if it wasn't for her, like I would not have the live performance recording. I would not like have, the things, water. Like simple as that. Like
she texted him saying, "Did you eat?" Yeah. And he grabbed a bag of chips. Yeah. So she keeps you on your toes and stuff like that. She does. That's beautiful.
And that's the picture of the helper. Like God made Adam as a man and he gave Eve as a helper. Like, it's now women empowerment. I'm all for it. I'm all for independence and stuff like that. But however, men, we gotta step up as leaders. women, we gotta let the men lead.
Man, gotta let the. I needed to hear that too.
We gotta let the men lead.
I know we love being independent, but Lord have mercy. I love that. She's like your biggest fan. Like she's just like right there for you. She's like, is she like recording your performances and stuff like that too?
Oh, she recording, singing along, like doing everything. And you know, and it's the same way with me. Like she not only supports me, I support her in what she's doing. Like she's in dental school right now. And literally like I'm like, yo, she's studying every night. And I'm like, okay, let me figure out how to like make this house a little bit more neater for, you know.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, yo, I work full time, but I'm also doing this music stuff too. And then also just like, I mean, we have our times together where we get quality time, but it's just like, yo, she hold me down, I'm gonna hold her down.
Right, as you should. This is a good balance. I love that for y'all. What's her name?
Her name's Tamara.
Hey, Tamara girl. Hey.
Hey, babe.
Oh, so cute. Cute. I love that. Do you guys have like any kids or anything? Do you want to start a family? Like, what's going on?
Not yet.
I feel that. Okay. Right.
You know, we in a season of our life where we're like, yo, we're trying to enjoy our marriage as much as we can before the kids come. Now we do want kids, but not. I tell people this is like, yo, we want to kind of just let the Lord like give that, but also just like, you know, it's not time to plan because we still got goals and stuff. We still gotta you know, plan financially. We still we want to take trips. We want to go out the country. We want to do all these things. We want to build our business and you know, so that the kids can have that low hanging fruit and really benefit off of it. Because honestly, like seeing my parents, they worked hard. I was talking to my father-in-law yesterday about it. I was just like, you know what, like our parents did what they could to do things differently from their parents. And then their parents did the same thing. For their, you know. And so it's like we want to do something even more different. And I think that's what everybody should do is just like, yo, like, how did my parents raise us? My parents raised us, you know, really well. Like, did a great job raising 4 boys. I have three brothers. Oh, the dynamic of like my marriage is like she has 5 sisters. And I have 3 brothers.
Oh wow!
And so it's just like, you know, we were able to bless them with brothers, and then they were able to bless us with sisters. And it's just like, okay, how can we do things different? When for our kids and be examples for our family and stuff. So
I love that. Well, y'all heard it first. No kids right now. Living life to the fullest. I wish Tamara girl. Hey Tamara girl. I wish you all types of luck. God bless you on your journey with the dental stuff. Because that's not easy. That is not an easy job, task, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely not.
So Tamara girl, we'll see you soon, okay? We'll see you soon. All right. So let's talk about you as a Christian artist. I know when people hear Christian artists, they're like, oh no, they're finna shove God down my throat and they don't cuss and they don't do this. And it's just, you know. So I want you to tell us what it really is. Because I feel like, because we had a discussion before we started recording. And I overheard you and Johnny talking about it a little bit. I want you to explain to us and explain to them because I think people got the game messed up.
Man,
he's like, yes. Johnny's in the back like,
that
yes.
Is a really good question, man. Like, I wish I was more prepared for it. But a Christian artist, I feel like history, you know, everybody know who Lecrae is. Everybody know, you know, maybe Trip Lee and KB and all the heavy hitters, Andy Mineo and all those guys. And it's like, I feel like a lot of people had the misconception of Christians being like, oh, they gotta only rap or write about scripture stuff. They only gotta talk about Jesus. Like, however, yes, that's true, but we're human. We're image bearers. We are created by God to bear His image, so that we can share with people that you know, honestly, the gospel. The gospel being that Jesus came and lived as God. He was God, and then lived as man died on the cross, resurrected, so that we could be with him for eternity, so that we can be in heaven, so that we can, glorify his name. And I feel like that's the foundation of a Christian artist. However, there are like many different people, because we created his image, but we're different.
Yeah,
we're not all the same. Yeah, we go through things still. We struggle. That's why we depend on Jesus. That's
y'all
why,
seen Kirk Franklin? Y'all seen him wilding? Y'all seen that?
Yeah, like I feel like when we do see pastors and stuff, like, I mean, there are a lot of misconceptions in the church, which is like, the pastor is just taking my money. Yeah, and it's just like, oh well, I seen the pastor do this. It's like, well, honestly, you are held to a higher standard in those things. But I think just for Christian artists, we're just people who make music, who are doing what we love doing, at the same time trying to make known the gospel. That's right. So I do that in my music by just sharing. I'm just thinking of it now, like just sharing like stories of how God turns broken things and literally puts them back together. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, I'm gonna get into a little gospel presentation. Here is just like, we're created in his image, right? Sin came into the world, right? The image was tainted. It was broken. All right, so we're walking around as broken image bearers, of who God is. Like, not a lot of people know who God is because of sin. Sin kind of misconstrues that. However, God, we believe in God, we trust in him, we repent, we're being restored. It's like a broken glass. He's putting that glass back together so we can see a full image, a better image of him. And so with the music that we make with Christian artists, it's like we're trying to do that, but we're trying to do it with excellence, because you got the mainstream artists, they doing that stuff real easily, talking about drugs and stuff like that. That's really not helpful. Yeah,
that is very true.
Really not helpful.
Yeah,
but it's just like, for us, man, we just talking about joy. We talking about being happy. We talking about our lives. Yeah, struggle, but how we got out on the other side of that because of God. And so, like, honestly, like, we love, like, I love art. I love all types. I'm looking at this painting right now. I've been staring at it or just glancing at it here and there. But it's just like, like, everything, every piece of art, I believe God has given somebody that idea to create it. Like, somebody told me one day, we was at Starbucks, and it was like, who created this table? I was like, well, a man, like a man created it. I don't know the man, but it was like, well, God created it. It was like, well, God gave this vision to a man to be able to do the woodwork, carpentry, or whatever to create this table. And I was just like, whoa. So for us as Christian artists, it's like God gives us these words, these melodies, these beats and ideas and stuff to share with people, art. Yeah. Godly art. So it's just I believe it's an extension of who we are. Yeah. And we want to do it with excellence. And right now.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
My bad.
Like, we want to create art with excellence and show God's image through it and who God is through it. That's what I believe Christian artists are about.
I'm glad you cleared that up, because I'm not gonna lie, I had that thought. I was like, man, I don't want. If I wanted to hear all that, I would go to church. You know what I'm saying? But now that you're explaining it, and now that you're now I'm starting to understand. Because like I said earlier, a lot of people think that all you're doing is just shoving that, yeah. Yeah, and it's like people get turned off by it, and then if you are a Christian artist or something, I feel like you don't get a lot of opportunities because people think that that's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, yeah. So I would even say for it's there are different niches. There are different pockets of people. Like you get Bible rap,
Yeah.
Christian artists that do Bible rap. Now that's just strictly truth, nothing but the truth, God, the Bible. Then you get R&B artists who just talk about God, revering Him, worshiping Him in an R&B style.
Yeah.
I do that. I did that on a song, FTF, called Fight the Feeling, but it's abbreviated. It just talks about how like God loves continues to chase us, to go after us, and we can't fight the feeling. Like we can't fight the feeling of that, so we just need to embrace it.
Yeah.
And then you get that trap. You get some trap or whatever, and then of course like the thing about it is like we're in a sense we're not in a sense copying what mainstream does, but it's like we're putting a different twist on it.
Yeah.
Is if you listen to a Christian artist drill beat or drill song, and then you listen to a mainstream secular drill song, they're gonna be contrasted very differently.
Yeah.
And you're gonna feel some way listen to one thing, you're gonna feel another way listen to another thing.
Yeah.
But it's the same little vibe.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And so it's just like I feel like we try to elevate that a little bit more to where it's digestible for people to like know who God is and bounce while you listening to it.
Yep.
You like, I be bumping Christian artists all the time. They be like, yo, who is this? Like, with the drill.
Speaking of drill though, you did that to on Hands to the Plow.
Ooh, yeah, I did.
Look, that if you have not listened to that joint, listen to that joint. That goes dumb, stupid. I like that.
I was thinking about that song the other day, man. I was like, you know what? Like, it was my first drill beat song.
Yeah, you said that. You're like, oh, I didn't want it to feel too drilly.
Yeah.
But like, if you, like I said, y'all go listen to it. Like that. Go listen to that crap.
No, you good. You good.
Look, I haven't cussed all podcasts. I almost slipped up. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, go listen to it.
Yeah,
but
y'all go listen to that Hands to the Plow. Like it's a song about, keeping on literally Luke 9:62.
I don't know my verses, man. Poetic. Come on, Jermz. I don't know my verses.
Yo, it's only because
John 3:16 is all I got.
That is a good one though. That is the gospel.
Oh, well then period.
That is the gospel. And like Luke 9:62 is like keep your hands to the plow, basically like don't look back. And I was just like, yo, this is great. Like, God, you just gave me something for this podcast.
Right.
So yeah, go listen to that.
Yeah.
All streaming platforms.
We also, so yesterday when I was talking to Stoneheart, shout out Stoneheart.
Yo, shout out to them boys, bro.
They was like, who's all gonna be on the podcast? And I was like, well, Poetic's gonna be here. Jay go, man, that man was in like Africa for like 2 years. I said, oh, I was like, oh. And I was like, what the hell is he doing in Africa? So I'm gonna ask you, what the hell was you doing in Africa?
Well, that is a part of a little bit of testimony. I was able to go to Africa for 2 years to do mission, to share the gospel.
Where'd you go?
I went to Zambia, Lusaka, Zambia.
Oh.
Shout out to my fam in Zambia, Zam fam.
Shout out Zambia.
But literally, like, not only do I do the Christian artist music, I live it out. So it's just like, not to toot my own horn, but it's just like it's a thing where it's like, okay, if you're really about that life, you gotta do it. You gotta live it out. And that's why you get a whole bunch of people being like, oh, you're a hypocrite because you're because you did this and you supposed to be doing this. But however, it's like, yo, I got my own struggles. I deal with stuff too. You may not know about them. However, it's just like, I'm still giving God the glory because He is the one that I am living for.
Yeah.
I'm not living for approval of other people. I'm not living for the fast life, the fame, and all that stuff. It's just like, yo, I'm truly trying to live a gentle and lowly life, humble, humility, following Christ.
Right.
So
that's a blessing.
But yeah, I was there for 2 years in Zambia,
that's so
helping
cool.
college students grow in their faith.
Oh.
So,
Would you like to go on another mission trip like that?
I would definitely would. However, it'd probably be like it was through a program.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to that program, Campus Outreach. But literally, like it was a hard 2 years, man. Like when you pick up, go somewhere else, move out of the country for 2 years. Bruh,
2 years in like a different. I would think like somewhere in like a different state, but you're going to a different country, a different continent at that, and now you gotta oblige to their rules.
Yeah.
And like I think Africa got like some strict rules over there, don't they?
Nah. Well,
depending on where you're going.
It depends on where you're going. Like we were in Zambia, and so the thing about
now
Africa,
I gotta look at where Zambia is.
Zambia is like a little bit above South Africa. You got Tanzania is a little bit above Zambia, but you got like, oh my goodness,
giraffes be outside.
Yeah, giraffes be out there. So at the game reserves and stuff. But I would say like the political climate there when we got there, they were going through elections. And so we got to see a little bit of like the climate there. But it also just opened my eyes to seeing like, like not every place is people are like, it's safer there. Da, da, da. I was like, well, kind of, but you still got your areas where, people get cars broken into and sometimes get mugged and whatnot, but it's not as bad as South Africa. I will say that. Who don't got those places? You know what I mean? You could do that here. Like, like Zambia, I would say it was more peaceful. It was probably the most peaceful like place I've ever been. Like, I could go out. I mean, try not to walk at night, but
that's real.
It'd be like 8 p.m. I go to the mall or something, to go get like a milkshake or a burger or whatever. I'll just walk there, and it'd be people walking like back home and stuff like that. But however, everything closes early, so like if you go out like 10, 11, the streets is empty. The streets is empty, and so everybody was in that crib,
just chilling,
getting ready for the next day because people got up at like 5 a.m. to go to work.
That's crazy.
Catch the bus,
5 a.m. and
stuff. So
imagine getting in like the little Uber and you see a giraffe just drive by. I would have freaked out.
Like I mean, they wasn't on the streets like that, but it was just like you would go to these places and you would see them.
Yeah,
you would see them. There's these things called game reserves. And that's when you could go on tour to watch or to go see the animals and stuff like that.
God, a safari.
Yeah, basically.
There's a safari park in Tennessee and I've been dying to go. And Johnny's shaking his head behind the camera, but I have my whole safari outfit ready to go. I got my whole khaki, my little set. Yeah. And I told him, I was like, I'll rent a car because I want to go and experience it because I don't know if I'm gonna ever go to Africa. You know what I'm saying?
They be having a little ostriches and stuff
like that,
right?
And I told him, I was like, I want to get a Jeep that has the doors that come out, but they too scared. See, what? I want to feel like I'm at the safari. You know what I'm saying?
Well, funny thing is when you in Zambia, there are no doors, no roof.
Group trip to Zambia, guys. Yeah. You know what? Poetic, we gonna go. We gonna take it, girl. I'm gonna tell Jayla we going to Africa. We're gonna go see the elephants, all them, and we're gonna have a great time. And Johnny's coming too.
Hey, I tell people this all the time. Africa really is a place you should visit if you're trying to go out the country because it's a beautiful place. And I would say, like with the cars and stuff on the driving on the range or the game reserve, you're me. I'm an elephant.
Oh,
the elephant's that close.
Oh, yes.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared because their little hairs on their head or the whatever is about this long. So it's just like they look like needles.
I have a friend that she's I think where's Glory from? She's from Ghana. And then one of my favorite artists is from Zimbabwe. And I'm like, there's a lot of people.
Oh, Zimbabwe and Zambia, they border each other.
We gotta make a trip.
I was in two places at once. I was in two countries at once.
We gotta make a trip. If my friends are listening,
yeah,
we're going to take a trip. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, Jermz, we're at the end of the pod. But before you go, every guest gets to pull out this box. I know you reached in the box earlier, you know what I'm saying? But
Oh, it's another box, bro. What?
yes, there's nothing in here that's crazy, I promise.
Yo, they have me touching all types of stuff, man.
Listen. You didn't die, did you?
No. I'm still here.
He's still here. See? So inside this box are hard-hitting questions. I want you to be truthful or as truthful as you can when you open or whatever question you get, okay?
Yeah.
So here you go.
All right. So I grab the box or just grab it?
Yeah, just grab a random.
How many questions?
Just one. And then
just
you're
one.
going to just expound on it.
Ooh, let's see. We get a good one. All right, man. Ooh, yo, this is a good one, y'all.
Welcome to the Black Box Podcast.
This is a fire one. Oh my gosh.
What you get?
Man, so how do you navigate the balance between pursuing your dreams and fulfilling responsibilities? I think this question was made for me.
God picked that.
Amen. Amen. Literally, like, I gotta read it again for y'all, man. How do you navigate the balance between pursuing your dreams and fulfilling responsibilities? Straightforward answer. The Lord, He established my steps. I plan my way. He establishes my steps. So I work a full-time job. I'm a paraprofessional at an elementary school. And so Rocketship Public Schools, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for, giving me the opportunity to invest in children's lives and make a difference, because that means the world to me. But I also am doing music as well. So my dream, my passion, honestly, I got rid of the dream word because I'm actually doing it right now.
Period. Yeah.
So what I do now, I'm pursuing music, and I'm a independent artist. I'm owning more of the independent artist name, and I had my first show last weekend in Nashville. I've done 2 shows in Zambia, Africa, where I was still, doing what I love doing, which is, sharing the gospel with college students. But balance, honestly, the Lord, but also responsibilities as a husband. I have that. Yes. Like we answered earlier, if I did not have my wife to support me in what I'm doing, I probably wouldn't be doing it. I probably wouldn't be married. I probably wouldn't be married, but still doing my thing. But it's just like, I've been blessed with my wife who is helping me do what I love doing, and I'm helping her with the same thing. And so like that's how I kind of navigate the balance of just like, I try not to worry about what tomorrow will bring, because it's like, if I just focus on now and today and what I can do today, that's how I'm gonna get through it. And
that's real.
And all the resources that have been given to me, that helps as well. That's real. Just focus on the day, be where your feet are, the present, and honestly, like, God gonna establish them steps. Yeah, for sure. That's
real. Hey, if y'all didn't learn anything today, if you didn't take no advice, if you didn't take nothing from this podcast episode, there's a problem, because he really spoke some good crap. Yeah. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I need half the things that he said today, I needed to hear.
Hey,
because I've been battling some stuff, and I was like, you know what? I need to hear that.
Hey, just gotta, hey, be like, what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all though, for real. Like,
of course,
I enjoy being on here. This is my first podcast, y'all.
Y'all, I've been trying to tell y'all, come on, I don't bite. Like,
please do.
I don't bite, even though this is my last season for just a little bit. I'm taking a break.
What?
Jermz, you late. It's a break. I'm not quitting. I'm just I'm taking a break because potentially I want my own studio, like I told you earlier. I want my own studio so I can be comfortable in my own space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, going to other spaces, sometimes you don't expect, or your expectations are high. And then once you're actually in it, they become really, really low. So, like, I'm just at the point where I'm like, you know what? I have my equipment.
You got to do it yourself.
Yeah. So we gonna see.
You gotta do it yourself. That's what I'm gonna be on with these shows.
Yeah.
You gotta do it yourself, because that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I am very grateful though, Johnny. Like the podcast being like my solo thing. Like all this is by myself. Like podcast is by myself. But I'm so grateful that I have like Johnny helping me, like as my right hand man, and then I have my boyfriend Jalen who's taking pictures and stuff like that. Like I love it. I'm just thankful. You know
Yo,
what I'm
all
saying?
y'all names start with J. That's crazy.
You know, we were talking about it yesterday. It was like, what we say? We was gonna make a group with triple J's.
Triple J.
Triple J's.
Hey, my first name J. So look,
Hey, we were queuing all the J names to the group. You know what I'm saying? But Jermz, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really, really appreciate this. I think this was a great way to start today. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
We had a great time. I think we were a little sleepy this morning, but like, I think we just woke up.
Yeah.
I think we just learned some stuff and
Got some life.
Yeah. I needed to hear that. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 27. I'll be 28 in July.
He doing everything. Okay. This is the future. This is the future.
Hey.
If you can gaze into the future, this is what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? So
Tap in, y'all. Tap in.
So look at this camera or this camera. You can do either or. And tell them where they can find you. And if you have anything upcoming, you could tease and tell them.
Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, my gosh. Man, I've been working on a lot of things. But y'all can follow me on social media at Poetic Jermz. POETICJERMZ. That's everywhere. You can Google me too. But I'm working on new music. I'm working on just high quality things, doing it with excellence, like I talked about earlier. I got an EP that I've been working on for a long time, but I really want it to be special because it'll be my first like Christian hip hop EP. Because I released a R&B project years ago, but it'll be my first Christian hip hop EP. Stay tuned for more shows in Nashville that I'm curating. They're gonna be called the Poets Lounge.
Ooh, that's kind of vibey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Lord willing, I really hope y'all can, come when that gets launched and kicked off. If we already kicked it off, like y'all just come through. Because I think God is really going to do something amazing through it. Yep. So I appreciate y'all for having me. And yeah, it's Poetically Yours, Poetic Jermz.
I love that.
With the Black Box Podcast.
Well, y'all, that was it. Jermz, I will say you are an honorary member of the Black Box Podcast. I hope you know that.
Oh, wow.
You officially have a spot in the podcast family. So whenever you want to come back, if you want to come back and talk about that EP, you know what I'm saying? You can come back, But just make sure it's after my break, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure. Just let me know.
No, I got you. You can come back whenever you want. If it's just to chill and just talk, you know what I'm saying? We could do that too.
I love that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Y'all know where to find me at TBBXPOD on all social media platforms. Speaking of Jay is my Instagram. And y'all have a blessed day. All right?
All right.
Bye.
See ya.